Good morning, Kendall Kids, and welcome to your Wednesday, December 16th. Interesting bit of this day in history was actually the Boston Tea Party. Back in December 16th, 1773, some of the residents and colonists of Boston, Massachusetts, actually were upset that the British were taxing their tea and were actually holding it in Boston Harbor before they could implement the tax on it. And so what happened, some colonists actually decided in protest they would sneak out to the boats dressed up as Native Americans. You can see those are very convincing costumes, and throw all of the tea into the harbor. So the idea was they would destroy the tea and therefore make it impossible for the British to collect the taxes. And it was actually a really big deal at the time as kind of one of the first major protests against British rule. But I have an alternate theory, which is that the colonists just really wanted the fish to get a little taste of the high life. I might be wrong, but regardless, always remember that coffee is the more patriotic drink. As we know that, please, and honoring Java Junction Juniors, put your hand over your heart, find the flag in the room, and please rise for the flag salute. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Please be seated. Okay, you unruly rebels, let's talk about food. Today we have a ham sandwich, or macaroni and cheese with roll, sweet potato fries, mixed fruit, and milk. I want to remind you, I love those sweet potato fries, so definitely get some of those. Talking about what's going on with the weather today, well, we know, as we've been talking about before, it's going to be cold. It's been a lot of that cold weather coming in. Today is going to be no different. High of only 29 degrees today, with a low of 26. Tomorrow, high of 28. Friday, high of 30. And then we're jumping back up with that warm air that's over on the West Coast right now, finally pushing into us on Saturday and Sunday. When I say warm, I mean still below 40 degrees, so it's still going to be pretty cold. Today and tomorrow, actually, we've got some higher chance of precipitation than before. A little bit of wet snow coming in, which is kind of strange considering how cold it is. But the reason being that we actually have some weather coming up from our south. So between Wednesday evening and Thursday morning, we will be getting some snow. The storm pushing up is going to be bringing kind of, the rain that gets mixed in with the cold air and turns into snow. So that's why it's a little bit of a wet mix, even with the cold air that's on us right now. But the way it looks is that we are going to get the very edge of that snowfall. So probably only a few inches here. As soon as you travel even 30 minutes south, though, it's going to pick up and double the amount of snow pretty easily. So depending on where you are, if you're living a little bit further south, you might actually see a little more than here at the school. As for the recess today, guys, I'm sorry to say it's going to be cold enough that it's going to be a no recess day unless the TA and teacher decide they would like that to happen anyway. So let's end ourselves and warm ourselves up a little bit of that Kendall mission statement. The mission of the Kendall Central School District is to provide the knowledge, skills, values, and attitudes needed by students to live responsibly and to compete successfully in today's and tomorrow's world. I hope you guys have an amazing Wednesday. You get a chance to hopefully see a couple of those beautiful flurries in the air. Remember to stay colorful, Kendall.